Hey guys, Owen here with Empress Brokers International.
And Joshua with Prosperity Solutions.
Really excited to share with you today our managed services offering, which is a tool for importers to look at their overall landed cost of the products that they're bringing in, help organize some of their data, including their order data, tracking things like their Incoterms, their invoices, and other documentation that they need on an ongoing basis. We primarily offer this to new and growing importers as a useful tool for them to manage all their information, review their costs, and basically optimize all of their operations and the process of bringing imports into the U.S. So I'll share my screen here. Wanted to show you exactly what we're working on, what I'm talking about. So our managed services offering really is two sections. So we have an onboarding service, which I think is an awesome deal for anyone that's importing, or if you're planning on importing, this is a super deal for you because we go through and we look at your overall strategy. What are you trying to accomplish? You're importing product into the U.S. Maybe you're selling it retail. Maybe you're selling it B2B. Maybe you want to send it direct to the consumer. However you want to set it up, we have a discussion with you on that to kind of figure out what your goals are. We then work with Joshua on item categorization. I look at the product classification. So, what are you paying currently in your import duties? Then we do an assessment. Is your current classification correct? Should there be changes that are made? What are your current costs for their, per unit when you bring them in? We look at your landed costs before you get started importing, or as they currently are if you're currently importing products. And then we make cost recommendations. Are there adjustments that can be made with your freight carriers? Are there adjustments that can be made? Maybe your classifications are incorrect. Are there other ways? Maybe you should be considering sourcing from other locations. We'll have an in-depth conversation with you on that. And typically, we're always able to find some cost savings opportunities. In 2023, this year, we've saved companies up to $1.5 million this year, just in identifying some cost savings opportunities, primarily in how they're invoiced, in their agreements that they have with their overseas suppliers, and really small changes that can be made by getting some additional eyes on what you're currently paying for and what your expenses are. And then after we've really categorized all of your items, we put them into our system, then we basically do this kind of cost audit on an ongoing basis, on a month-to-month basis, and we help you manage your orders, track your orders. We look at your ongoing landed costs and provide average landed cost per unit. I'm giving you the visibility, and Joshua will dive into that a little bit more in showing our demo of the dashboard. We provide ongoing sourcing and inventory advisory. I kind of specialize in the supply side. Joshua specializes in the inventory, retail, sales side. I'm happy to be a soundboard there for anyone with questions, ideas on their orders, so we can help you optimize some of your processes. And then we can also help with freight booking, helping you set up your inspections if you're doing audits, pre-shipment inspections, other processes like that in your order to kind of optimize how you're currently operating, make things more effective, so you're not wasting money getting defective products, things like that we can help you out with. And we'll also help manage documentations that you need, commercial documents, packing lists, things like that you'll need for importing, and also certifications, testing reports if those are required. And then we get on a monthly strategy call to talk things through and see how everything's going with your business, things that we can optimize, areas that you have questions on to support you through the process. So want to show you here our kind of back end, how we input the information for our clients. So this is data from our business, Joshua and I's business, that we use to import. And looking at different orders, we track them by the order numbers. We'll break them down so you have the information of the order, what the products that you're purchasing, who are the suppliers. We track all the different suppliers. Right now, we just have 2 different suppliers for this, but sometimes we have longer lists. But we have a number of products that are in here where we're adding the dimensions, weights, other important details that are attributed to each product. And then also tracking important items for import, such as, what's your Incoterm that you're using? What are the shipping terms that you're using? What's the mode? Is it air? Is it ocean? And then also looking importantly at your landed costs per each order. And then we also break this down to your item, so that you know exactly what that landed cost is after you add freight, duties, inspection fees, certification, testing. And it does change every order. So this is a way we can keep track of that. We'll also keep track of if you have any If your commercial documents have been received or not, if you have any testing reports and if those are received or not. And if they're not, we'll flag them as required. And then we can help also with some of the follow-up to help you get those documents if you need them. Or if someone else is requiring them of you. Just want to make the process more streamlined for the business owners that we work with, and be an extra helping hand in managing this data, and also with some of that communication with suppliers or customs brokers, freight forwarders, whoever you may be working with on that. And the really cool thing about this is working with Joshua, we've been able to put together a dashboard to really visualize this, particularly some of the important information like your average landed cost and other items. So I'll let Joshua take over and give you an overview of the dashboard.
So as importers ourselves, we've realized that it's not really effective to dig through a big pile of data to figure out what our landed cost was per order, or compile what the total purchases were for an item or for a specific supplier. So we've developed this dashboard for the clients to have the critical information readily available just a click away. The dashboard opens up into the item dashboard where you can drill through the items that you're purchasing. It'll show you your landed cost over time. When you click on the specific item over here on the right side, that's your average landed cost for that item over all of your orders. Where you can look and it'll break down what the costs, whether it was your freight, your unit cost for manufacturing, what duties you're paying, your inspection fees, certification fees, any cost involved in getting your product manufactured into your warehouse is going to be included in this calculation. You can drill through and say your goggle box, you have a $7.44 average cost over time. If you wanted to, you see that your landed cost was high at this one point, you can actually drill through to that order. And then it shows you how it was broken down as a percent. But then if you hover over here, it'll show you what the dollar breakdown was for that specific order. So you can really get to the bottom of any problems you have in your landed cost to ultimately drive those landed costs down. Also within here, you can see what mode was used to ship that item, whether it was air or ocean. As you click through here for each item, it'll update the country of origin, show you what your total duties you're paying for that item out of that country. So if you were to say, look at China, you're paying 28% tariffs and duties versus the 2.6 out of Vietnam. Maybe that's an opportunity for some cost savings there. It gives you the HTS US classification code here, so it's always good to have that readily available. Shows you the supplier that you're purchasing from, and then as you click through these items, it'll break down all of the orders, whether they've been delivered, they've been booked, maybe they're waiting to be manufactured. It'll give you a little snapshot of the orders that item was included in. We also offer a sourcing map that shows you where you're purchasing your items from and how much you're spending in these specific countries. As you see in this map, you're spending more of your purchase dollars in China versus Vietnam. Maybe there's some opportunity for diversification just to solidify or to strengthen your supply chain. And you can also hover over here and look at what your average duties were that you paid, where you can compare, say, from China, you're paying an average of 11.9%. In Vietnam, your average is 2.6%. So again, opportunities for some cost savings there if you were to potentially move suppliers to a different country that had different duties applied to them. We also have an orders dashboard here where it's just all of the orders that you've placed. You can search by order in case you have multiple items within an order. You can look at, say, what to expect is coming in. So booked means that it's on its way to your warehouse. Or if you wanted to get an idea of what's showing up this month, you could click on the specific month and it'll show what orders you should be expecting in the month. And again, you can drill down by item as well. So again, it's a simplified way of getting the key information that you need to lower your costs, strengthen your supply chain, and really have all those key metrics for you just a click away.